Where is my money? I need loan to finish construction.
The mortgage process is not so easy. Like in tennis, you have to be patient.
Hey everybody, today we are on our current project and you know, now very difficult time to construct, to build houses because we cannot find investment. It's really very difficult to do it. And today I want to ask Elena, loan officer, what is happening on the current market? Why it's so difficult to find loan today?
Hi, Igor.
Hi, Lena.
Nice to see you here.
Yeah,
it's a
me too.
beautiful house. It's amazing job. Thank you for inviting me here. So definitely regarding your first question, right? Current market is crazy and it is a buyer's market. Finally, in Austin, it is a buyer's market, not a seller's, and that means that on the market, it's more sales, more homes for sales instead of buyers. Even on my job, I see less mortgage applications, rates definitely going higher and higher every month. So what it's giving buyers, it's giving buyers opportunity to buy a house like that, for example, with better rates because sellers provide discounts for closing cost. Sellers and builders give discounts and provide some bonuses to buy a house nowadays. So you can definitely get the best deal possible in Austin, Texas right now.
On my channel, we have a different group of viewers. Some viewers as builders, some viewers as buyers. What we have to do now as builders like me, if we cannot take loan, what is advice for us?
Okay. For builders, it's getting harder, absolutely. You have to search for a construction loan much harder. Many banks stop construction loans. So they put it on hold, I would say, because it's more risks for banks to get loans. Rates for construction loans going up and up and up, and it's getting much more expensive, right? So in my opinion, if you want to get construction loan as a builder, you need to shop more. It means try different local banks, first of all, because bigger banks have not such good options in loan terms. So definitely go and start with local banks and local mortgage companies.
How many banks you recommend to shop? 3,
At
5?
least minimum 3 to compare and see difference. Why is that? Because market is so volatile right now. Rates are changing every day, sometimes every hour.
Oh my
so
God.
you cannot shop in next 2 weeks and assuming the rates are staying the same. So you need to compare apples to apples once you searching for a loan.
For example, I found a loan and interest rate that I okay with that. Can we lock the rate or how many days or hours I have for lock this rate and prepare all documents for getting this loan?
For construction loans, once you sign a contract, building contract, you have usually 30 days or 45 days or 60 days to lock a rate. It means the rate won't change until you close on that purchase or close on your loan. But it all depends on your situation. Cheaper to lock for shorter period of time. So better lock for 30 days or 15 days because you will get best rate.
Okay, do I need to pay for this
No,
lock?
usually it's free.
It's free, okay.
Yeah.
Thank
Well, for extension of a lock, then you have to pay every day.
you. Okay, if for example I didn't get the loan on time, I have to extend it and I have to pay
That's what cost you.
Okay. Elena, what changed since our last video about construction loan?
That's changed a lot, but depends for whom we are talking about. There is 2 groups of people. First one is if you're buying and building a house to live in it, so not much change except interest rate, of course, right? But everything else about the same. Banks still doing construction loans. The down payment actually small, minimum 5% down to build your own home where you want to live in. So it's called the primary residence. Definitely problem is the rate, but we can work with it. But for people, buyers and builders like you, investors who want to build a house and then sell it in short period of time, let's say a year or a year and a half, then a lot change. So it's much harder to find a construction loan for those business purposes. Rates are super high. Down payment, you will need 20 or 30% down minimum.
Ooh.
And it's just fewer and fewer lenders who will do those loans. It's still possible, but it's definitely harder. So you have to prepare for it, but I can help with it.
I am wondering why banks afraid to lend? Why?
Oh, that's really lends to a risk management for banks. So you know right now in the market it's really hard and crazy situation. It's really hard to sell a house for a price you want to sell. So everybody lower a price. That value of a house going down, and a bank afraid that that loan amount won't cover your purchase price and when you sell a house. So this is why all the lenders put the construction loans on hold, because they afraid they cannot get their money back. Because what happened in the end, once you finish construction, you want to sell a house and pay off a loan, right?
Yeah.
But if you cannot sell house in short period of time, you cannot pay a loan, for example. So that's how bank thinks, and why there is a problems with construction loans in investment, right? So then a buyer, or me personally, building a home for myself to live in simple words, bank will check income of that buyer or owner of that property and assure, like a guarantor on that loan, that you actually can pay monthly for your new home, right? So if you can prove your income, based on your income, your credit score, that you can pay monthly payments on your new home, then you can get a loan. It's basically same loan if you buy house on resale market. So it's the same story. But if you are a builder, we don't consider your income as a company. We consider income that comes from selling that house.
Okay, that's why if I as a builder have a lot of projects, I cannot cover this.
Yeah, it's impossible. It's how you can build several hundreds houses at the same time, because you don't need to have millions in income every month.
That's a huge risk for banks.
For any lender.
Okay. Coming back to the buyer's perspective.
For buyers, same story. Like for everybody right now, high rates, what you can do about it. That's the most concern for everyone who wants to buy a home right now. Why? Because a higher interest rate, it means higher monthly payment, and you want to live your life and don't pay mortgage with all your salary, right? So what you can do, there is a lot of different programs right now that banks provide to lower and buy down the rate to lower your monthly payment. This is a win-win situation for you as a builder, for example, and for buyers. Because many builders in the market provide any discounts or credits to closing cost to buy down the rate, so lower monthly payment for a buyer. That helps them to qualify for a loan and pay less monthly payment and spend money somewhere else, and helps for you to sell house faster.
Could you share, please, specific programs that banks have for buyers?
On the top of my mind, it's a buy down 3-2-1 or buy down rate 2-1. That means that interest rate will be lower first year for 3%, second year for 2%, and for last 1 year for 1%. That means that monthly payment for your mortgage will be considerably lower first year, then little bit higher second year, a little bit higher in third year. And after that, like on a fourth year, you'll pay full price on a full interest rate. So what happens, how it happened, right? Usually builder or seller of a house provide the cash at closing as a discount And that cash we will put, like most lenders, put on a specific account. So what's, for example, if you decided to refinance in a year or two, hopefully rates will go down, right? So that money, you won't lose those money. It's always will be yours on a specific account. But if you decided to refinance, let's say after 1 year only, you just can use that money to lower your loan amount. So that's definitely a good opportunity to save and be able to buy a house in the current market.
It was my question about refinance. Okay, if for example in couple years interest rate go down, can I refinance? Or we have some time frame in the contract?
Yeah, minimum 6 months. Only after 6 months you can refinance after you buy a house. After that, there is no limitation. You can refinance anytime. But I would mention that it's not all the time makes sense to refinance. For some people it will, for some not. Easy kind of to understand that if rate at least for 1% lower, there is already kind of opportunity start to calculate if it makes sense to refinance, but not all the time.
I have a very specific question for you. When our client take a loan for construction, and for example we start the construction from foundation, and I know banks usually give first draw after first stage completed. Foundation is completed, and after that we can get money as a builder. But how can we build this foundation if our buyer don't have money on the account?
Absolutely true, but that's a little bit different situation for you as a builder. What you described, it's a type of a loan for construction loan for investment property for you as a builder. But for buyer who building their own home as a primary residence, a process of withdrawals means tranche funds from a bank is a little bit different. I work with specific bank right now on construction loan. It's called one-time close. What we do, we create with you as a builder, for example, a schedule of all payments you need to complete the construction. So let's say first payment is supposed to be foundation, 50,000, 60,000, whatever you name it. So you will get those funds before you actually start the construction, because bank don't need to check the progress. The bank will come in certain times just to see that construction is going against the plan, and overall it won't affect your ability to build. Does it make sense?
Yes, absolutely. But 1 year ago I had specific case that buyer have to pay money to me from their account. What changed? It's maybe different rules?
Different programs from different banks. This what I'm telling you about, it's kind of know-how in the construction building. It's a little bit different approach, and banks will try to do their best to be able to get and win the clients and help clients to build or buy in the current crazy market.
It's pretty good.
It's changing.
Yeah.
I agree.
Thank you for explanation, and let's go inside because we are melting.
That's Texas.
Yeah, it's Texas. Elena, I know you don't have crystal ball, but what about future?
I actually have a crystal ball.
Yeah, really? Yeah, can you share with me?
I hope it works, but it's not, unfortunately.
What will change in your opinion, or maybe when it can change?
That's true. Nobody can predict the future, right? So it's really hard. My personal opinion that market overall will come back. Like everything is in cycles, right? So once market go up, when markets go down, and so on. But I see in my everyday job, right, as a loan officer, more people interested in thinking about buying a home. So there is a demand. It just postponed it So some buyers waiting for best time for them to buy for different reasons. Rates one of the reason, but not only. It's economic situation in whole in United States create that uncertainty. But I clearly think that all postponed demand from buying new houses will come back. Usually in Texas, it's a good season to buy in spring before school starts next year. So hopefully that will be the case. But it's really mostly depends on the rates, honestly, because for most buyers and builders, it's like psychologically, once the rates become to a right point, let's say about 5% maybe, that's when you feel I'm okay with that rate and that monthly payment I want to buy. So hopefully that happens soon rather than later.